Hello, this is Gert Jan Hofstede. Going to answer the question how Hofstede's theory contributes to a better understanding of others who are different from oneself. And it reminded me of language, which is very similar to culture actually. If you live somewhere as a young child, you learn the language perfectly and the culture. If you go somewhere as a teenager, you may learn the language pretty well and the culture. If you go somewhere as a grown-up or learn the language, you can learn to speak it pretty well depending on your abilities and capacities and how well you were taught, but you will always keep an accent. It's the same with culture. Everybody acts with an accent, and it's the accent from the place they were born and raised. So, for instance, in my case, I can speak English pretty well, it's my professional language, but I've lived in a French-speaking part of Switzerland from the age of 13. Alors, si je parle français, vous allez entendre que j'ai l'accent de Lausanne, plus spécialement de Lausanne dans les années 70 en fait. So that was French, and those of you who are French spoken might recognize it has a Swiss sound, which I exaggerated a little bit. En als ik Nederlands praat, nou, dan horen jullie ook heel erg goed dat ik geen Vlaming ben en ook geen Fries, maar een soort van algemeen beschaafd Nederlander. Je hoort waarschijnlijk niet meer dat ik eigenlijk een tukker ben. Ik heb dat Twents moeten afleren toen ik een jaar of 8 werd, omdat ik ergens op school kwam waar ik ermee gepest werd. So this was Dutch, and to those of you who are familiar with Dutch, you can hear that I am really native from that country. So I act with a Dutch accent as well as speaking with a Dutch accent. Okay, back to our question. How does this theory contribute to understanding others who are different? Well, first, the theory helps you to recognize your own accent in acting. Second, it can help you to recognize the accent of others. And it means what are the cultural logics which makes their actions meaningful? What is the larger system in which it would make sense for them to behave as they do? So you can add your own context to your own interpretations. You can add their context to the interpretation of their actions that you make. And finally, that can allow you to do what I would like to call culture perspective taking. And that is what can help you understand those others who culturally differ from yourself. Of course, I have not spoken about personalities, personal histories, disposition to like or not somebody, personal sympathies, and so on. These are all also important, but they're not the stuff of culture. Thank you very much.